Welcome, welcome. We're going to do some Neofly market flying trader missions. And I'm going to show you how I make a lot of money pretty quickly by utilizing the right type of aircraft, as well as picking the right area to do this, as well as which goods I typically pick that give the biggest return on investment. Um, Open to suggestions, but this is just what I've found. Alright, so loading up and into the market, you can change all these windows to make it easier to see. I like that. I wish I would save them, but that's just nitpicking. So, alright, so we're in Papua New Guinea, and I look for clusters of airports, and luckily there's a ton around here. But once I find a cluster of airports, I kind of investigate further to see if it's got the types of goods that I'm looking for. I'm looking for cell phones or phones, caviar, and then old wine. Some of these others, you can kind of fill up the rest of your weight with them, but they don't give a big enough return on investment in the time that I like to spend doing this. I think we can spend about 30 minutes and make a ton of money. So let's see how it goes. All right. So we're starting out with our total that we have in the bank right now of 32,064,164. So let's see where we wind up. So I right click on the airports, go to preview, and kind of see what they're buying over here. Not much. They're selling caviar and they're selling cell phones or phones. And they're buying caviar. Okay. So now we want to fly to WAN. So you come over here, type in the destination, and click this button, and it automatically kind of tells you what's the best product to buy for the benefit. So this is pretty much going to take up our whole weight. Excuse me. Still fighting a cold. So TVs, which they weigh a ton, and we're going to bank about 31 grand. So we'll load that up. We'll head to WAN. And it also, picking the right type of pilot is very important for this. So I've already picked Hammer before, but you come down here and you can click and you can sort it. And so I usually find a higher skill, and then she was a higher wage. You can see that skill, efficiency, and health was pretty high. $3,500 a day is a drop in the bucket compared to how much money we're getting ready to make. All right, so then you come over here, right click, send pilot to the airport, and off they go. And then once the plane icon's visible, it'll show you when it's going to land. So that's nice if you're multitasking, doing other stuff. Also, a little bell will go off whenever it lands. But while it's doing this, we know that, I think this is the airport that had this buying caviar. So we're just going to jump from here to here. So now I want to go and see what else is out there. Okay, so they have old wine here. Let's see if any of these are buying anything good. Selling caviar. Selling old wine. Sometimes you get lucky and you get a cluster of airports where you can just keep hopping back and forth. And I don't think we're going to be lucky here. Oh, okay, here we go. So we got one that's a little bit further away for the old wine. So we need to remember that. So lots of caviar for sale, but only one place is buying. Got some more old wine over here. Which doesn't do me any good if nobody's buying the old wine. And I'm getting farther and further away. So another caviar buy, so I'm going to write that down. So I wrote down the identifier for the airport. Caviar buying. Right. But I haven't found any old wine buying, so now I'm going to go back to phones. Okay, caviar is also being bought here. And it's good to probably write down the quantity. That way I can load up on the others, because you don't want to buy too much. It does go bad, and just the way I operate, I'd forget that it's even in my inventory a day or so later. So where's the airport? There it is. Okay. So they're only buying 550 of quantity. So that's going to be a little bit of a hike. See what's up here. Oh, they're buying 1284. WAVT. All right. So I got a pretty good selection of places buying caviar. Now I'm just checking to see. And they're buying a ton right next door. Let me see how many other places. Okay, so they just landed. So now I can right click on that. Search market. You can see it's in my cargo. Boom. Sell it. And we made some money. Alright, so that airport is WALD. WLD. Alright, you can see that we're going to make $217,000 for that caviar. And we're buying every bit of it because we're not, they're actually buying more quantity than what we're actually able to buy here. And you can see that I can infill with some pineapples to fill up the rest of the cargo. I forgot to mention, I'm flying the Caravan. I think it's the best aircraft for this. It's a little slow, don't get me wrong, but it can carry a ton. And I also feel like it can land on any airport that's in here pretty much, so I don't feel as guilty unless, excuse me, rather than loading up in a Citation jet. And yes, it's fast. Yes, it carries a lot of weight, but I mean, these are bush trips, so would you really be sending a Citation in those? I don't think so. So, all right. So pineapple, we'll buy those just to make a little bit of gas money. And I haven't figured out. They sometimes have fuel highlighted in there, and I don't know why, because it's 1-to-1, and you can't sell it. So the gas doesn't go up anywhere else. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if this goes in a tank. I don't know. But I've just noticed it on there, and I've always been confused. So, all right. Pick your pilots carefully. You will sometimes lose cargo if you pick one that is not the greatest. So definitely pick wisely. All right, so we got some more caviar at WAKL. They're selling 1943, which is a ton. But it's in the opposite direction of some of the others. No, it's not the opposite direction of that, though. Alright, she's already on the ground. So we'll search market. Sell the caviar. Boom. So we got 769 left at WALD. So I'm just jotting down a list of the airports and the total quantities of what's buying, and then making a list of the ones that are selling, and that way I'm not having to hunt around as bad. Alright, so now I can go up to WAKL, which has got a large quantity of caviar selling. So it looks like we got some TVs that they want to buy. And that's all the cargo I'm going to carry. My mouse is being funny. Come on. There we go. Alright. Alright, so from WAKL, we're probably going to come back to WALD, sell the remaining caviar there, and then we'll head down to WAXC. $13.32. So that's almost a direct match with the other one. They were buying 13.28 quantity. They're selling 13.32. So that's an option as well. It would be going from WANU to WAVB. Right there. So a little bit of a hike, but not impossible. So now it's finding, is there anybody up here that's buying caviar? Oh, they're buying old wine. WADX. 1971. So what I might do It's a tough decision because I'm going to be flying all the way back down here just to sell the caviar. But I think it might be worth it to do that and then run back up there and sell this old wine, and that'll probably knock out or be the end of the night. Alright, so sold the TVs. Going to buy all of the caviar. I don't really care. Well, I do care. So we know that WALD is. So yeah, we're gonna do the caviar run. So let's just buy all the caviar. Head back to WALD. See if there's anything else that we can make some money on. I got some fish. Make some gas money on that. And that's all the weight I can carry. So WALD. We are headed back to WALD. Alright. We'll do a fuel check. I think we got over half tanks. Alright, so we got about 5 minutes. We got 1943 on board. So we'll probably just stick with that. No need to stop off and buy more. Then we'll so we sold what caviar we have left, or what caviar they're willing to buy. And then, okay, so now we're off to WAXC. WAXC. So nothing else. They're not buying anything else except caviar from this place. All right. All right, we're on final approach for WAXC, WAXC, to drop off some caviar. And then from there, we're going to head down to WAXV to buy some more caviar, and then WAXW to finish out the caviar run. Then we'll switch over to old wine. WAXV. Buy some clothes. Fish. And flowers. Alright, so far, even with the money, because we've sold all the relatively expensive stuff, well, it'd probably be more accurate once I land again, but we can at least do a double check of where we stand right now. So we started out with 32,064,164. And we're at 32,727,490. So we've already made 663,000. That doesn't include the money that we've spent to buy these products and the money that we're going to make from them. So, not bad. Not bad return on investment for the time that we spent, in my opinion. And we're not done yet. We're on final approach. Go ahead and get the market pulled up. All right. So 703, I believe that's what that market has. Yep. Buy some medicine to go with it. And let's go flying. Got about 3 minutes. Okay, from here, so from WAXW, we're going to go to WANU. Ooh, I did not see this before. We might be able to stay south. Okay, so WAKU is buying 964. Alright. Sell. Sell. Alright. So let me just do a little bit of homework real quick just to make sure I didn't miss any other old wine locations down here. Because otherwise, I'm going to head back to WANU. Deadheading. And then probably just end up down there. Alright, so since we're deadheading, we can do an accurate count again. 32,963,523 is what our bank account's at right now, minus our starting point of 32,064,164. So we've made 899,359 bucks so far. Alright, we're back on final approach for back to WANU. In hindsight, I would have gone south with the old WAN and then over there, because this deadhead mission from here to here, excuse me, definitely took a lot of time, and obviously we're not making any money on it. But we'll pick up some old wine here and finish out at WAKU, and I bet we'll be close to $1 million is my guess, for about 45 minutes worth of time spent. Alright, so everything's already loaded up as far as what we should buy. $712,000 worth of wine. Some shirts or clothes. Pick up some flowers and some meat. Alright. And I'll see you on final approach. Alright, we're on our final approach into the last airport for tonight. Drop off some old wine and other cargo and see what our totals are. And then we'll finish it out. Alright, so landed, move all the sliders over, and we started the night with 32,064,164, and we're finishing with 33,305,776. That gives a grand total of 305,776, 32,064,164, 1.2, 1,241,612. So I think a pretty easy way to spend about 50 minutes, almost an hour total. Pretty good return on investment. We'll see you next time.